Welcome to our show today, and to this episode you're going to learn a ton. I'm excited to be able to share my husband and my business partner with you and just give you a little teeny piece of some of the things that he teaches and that he is able to do with his energy healing and his knowledge and his expertise. And so we're going to just jump right in and turn it over to you, Bill.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Today we're going to talk about the subconscious mind, as Kris said. And this is coming from my perception, or my perspective of it as an intuitive energy healer. And so a little bit different, but I think I know there's some good stuff here. I'm excited to share that with you. So let's just look at this one right here. We know that our conscious mind runs 10% of our brain, and we have a subconscious mind down here that's all mysterious, and that's 90% of our brain. And do you, like many people, set your affirmations? You use a vision board. You set your goals. You think positive thoughts. You've read really positive books like The Secret and Think and Grow Rich, Millionaire Mind. There's countless books out there. You've read them, and you practice all of these things and set your goals, and you run all that through your conscious mind right here. And yet, what are your results? What results are you getting? Do you find that your results don't match all of this stuff up here that we're doing, and we end up feeling like a failure? And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is understanding more about the subconscious mind and how it works, how we can work with it and make our results match our goals, our intention, and what it is we want. Your subconscious mind is a goal-seeking computer. There we go, get the tape off. It is, if I were to ask you if you are a goal setter, some of you would say yes, absolutely, and others would say, nah, I haven't ever got around to it. I've heard it's a good thing. What I can tell you is that every single person is an amazing goal setter. You set goals and you achieve them all the time. You may disagree with me right now, but wait, by the end of this episode, when I get done explaining what it is I have to share with you, you will understand that you are an amazing goal setter. What you need to do is set your goals differently and be conscious of the goals you're setting. Stay tuned, stick with me, we'll figure out what this is all about. The subconscious mind has a very specific job. Its job is to simply store and retrieve data for the conscious mind up here. Store and retrieve data for the conscious mind up here. And also, it has an amazing amount of capacity. The capacity of the subconscious mind is almost limitless. The average person, by the time they reach age 21, have stored over 100 times more data in their subconscious, in their brain, than you would find in Encyclopedia Britannica. And yet, if the subconscious mind is so powerful, why do you have trouble achieving your goals? Why do we do all these positive affirmations and we change the way we think, and yet sometimes it doesn't seem to work for us? And in order to understand that, I want to share with you a few things about the subconscious mind. Here are some facts. It works very, very differently than our conscious mind. It believes whatever it is you think, and it believes whatever it is you say. It doesn't question any of that. It best understands simple phrases, and especially understands simple phrases that you say with emotion. When you give it two opposing commands, it always obeys the stronger command. Remember, the subconscious mind gives the commands. All right, the subconscious mind commands, and the subconscious mind obeys without question. It will obey whatever it is the subconscious mind commands. Maybe now you're starting to see a little bit of the picture as to why you're getting different results. Let me talk about that a little bit more. If listen to your negative self-talk. Okay, that's a command, and that's input data for the subconscious mind. All right? So if you give it two opposing commands, it'll obey the one that is stronger or more frequent. You get up in the morning and say, I'm awesome 3 times when you're looking in the mirror. And if you think or say to yourself throughout the day 95 times, if you think or say, I'm a loser, I'm a failure, I won't make it, guess what? 3 of those are going to cancel out. And you still have 92 times that you've said, I'm a loser, I'm a failure, I won't make it, whatever that negative self-chatter is. Now you start to understand why. But I set my goals, I say my affirmations, I've got my goals written down, but you've done other things unconsciously that go into the subconscious mind. You've given it commands, and it obeys more than 90 times, so to speak. Or for an example, it obeys the major command, all right? It also misinterprets common phrases. It doesn't understand some of the phrases that we say. For us, it's very clear when we're communicating with somebody else. You've all heard the phrase, garbage in, garbage out. What I like to share as an intuitive healer with people, as I'm explaining the subconscious mind, is I like to compare it to a greenhouse, okay? So over here, we have a greenhouse, all right? The greenhouse, if your subconscious mind is like a greenhouse, imagine that it is climate controlled. It's all sealed off to the environment. It gets plenty of water, the temperature is always right, the soil is fertile in this greenhouse. It will grow anything that you plant in this greenhouse. It doesn't matter what seed you put in the soil inside of here, it's going to grow. The only way, as you can see it's sealed, the only way anything is going to get into this greenhouse is if you take it in through the door. All right? So why is it then, for a little comparison, why is it that we go in our greenhouse of our mind and we say, I want flowers, and we plant daisies and daffodils, and we go back and check 2 weeks later and all we're growing is dandelions? Or we say, I want an amazing garden. I'm going to have just all these fresh vegetables. I'm going to eat healthy. Again, I'm talking in metaphors. We go in and we plant cabbage, carrots, corn, cantaloupe, and we go back in and check on it to see what's growing in our garden that we planted, and all we find is a very healthy crop of crabgrass. Say that 3 times fast. All right. We find a crabgrass. How did that get in there if the door is sealed and we're the ones that control the door? All right. Let's go back again to the conscious and the subconscious mind and talk about how we plant one thing and another thing grows. You have your goals, your positive thoughts, affirmations, your vision boards, whatever it is you do to create the life you want. And guess what? If you're not doing any of this, you're probably not getting very good stuff, very good results in your life, okay? But even when we do all of this stuff, we still end up getting weeds when we planted beautiful flowers or seeds for flowers, vegetables, whatever it is we're planting, metaphorically in our mind. Why do we get weeds? Why do we get garbage? Okay? So let's go back to the points that I said about the subconscious mind, okay? It believes whatever it is you say or think. It does not question. It trusts the subconscious mind, trusts the conscious mind implicitly. 100%. Whatever the conscious mind tells the subconscious will believe, okay? For example, you can, a hypnotist can hypnotize someone, have them under deep hypnosis, and take a butter knife and tell the person, this butter knife is red hot. It is glowing red hot. It's 1,000 degrees. And touch it to the person's arm, and that arm will actually blister. Okay? That's the power of the subconscious mind. It just believes it, and it creates the reality that it believes. It's very, very powerful. Remember, it's a goal-seeking computer. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the subconscious mind is seeking the goals. It believes whatever it is you say. So be careful when you say, man, I know they don't like me. They're not going to like me. They're not going to like the way I'm dressed. Whatever input, these thoughts, when you think, let me draw this out here. When you think a thought, as you can tell, Kris wrote the other stuff beforehand so you could read it. That says think. When you think a thought or you speak a word, in the conscious mind, automatically, whatever you think, whatever you speak, gets downloaded down here. Now, it's a truth. It becomes a truth down in the subconscious mind. Whatever it is you think. Again, if you think I'm a winner 3 times in the morning, and you think I'm a loser 97 times during the day, okay, it cancels out 3 of them. Loser's the word that wins. There's more of them. It's a stronger phrase. Even in the New Testament, there is a phrase that says, a double-minded man is unstable in all ways. And I really believe that has to do with us giving ourselves conflicting commands to our subconscious mind. That's a double-minded man. I'm a loser, I'm a winner. Okay, that makes us unstable. Be conscious of what it is we're thinking about and the words that we say. When somebody says, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing terrible. How many people do you hear say that and they think it's kind of cute? But guess what believes it? That becomes a command and the subconscious mind obeys it. Every time you say the word I can't, I won't, I can never, guess what becomes the new truth in the subconscious mind? And then we start to wonder why we don't achieve our goals when we get up in the morning and say, I'm amazing, I can do anything. And then the rest of the day, we let this unconscious chatter go down into the subconscious mind as our new truths. Okay? It also understands simple phrases with emotion. Let me explain that. If you are wanting to input something into the subconscious mind, all right, you say phrases like, I'm amazing. It doesn't need to be a big long statement of describing how you're amazing. The subconscious mind will fill in the blanks. It'll create that picture. It'll create that reality. As long as you give it a simple command of, I'm amazing. Okay? It also believes the commands that you say with emotion. So when you express things that are positive, express them with emotion, because I will guarantee you, when you say something negative, there's a lot of emotion with that. When you say, oh man, I'm never going to make it. Can you feel the emotion when you say that? Okay, there's a lot of emotion. You're not saying blandly, oh, I'm never going to make it. Okay? You don't say that when your self-talk is there. Your emotions go down. And that's a powerful thing. When the emotions down in frequency but up in intensity. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. When the intensity of our emotions go up, the words become highlighted in bold with a yellow highlighter behind the words. Subconscious mind goes, uh-oh, lots of emotion here. This is important. This becomes a new major command. All right. And we do that automatically. When we do negative input, generally there's a lot of emotion with it. And sometimes we don't put as much emotion with the positive stuff. We get up in the morning and say, oh, I'm amazing. I can do anything I want. And I'm going to make lots of money. Money flows to me effortlessly. And we go to our job and we say, man, my boss is never going to give me a raise. I deserve more money than I'm getting. I'm getting ripped off. And you feel the emotion difference there. We tend to do that. Big reason why our reality doesn't match our goals. All right. So, emotion and simple phrases. Very simple. The subconscious mind loves I am statements. It gets them completely. If you want to have more prosperity and abundance in your life, you don't need a whole paragraph explaining that. Just simply repeat the phrase, I am abundance. It sounds weird. We don't talk about that to other people. That's not the way we talk. But yet the subconscious mind gets that. It's very, very simple. And it's direct and it's clear. I am abundance. It says, oh, we're going to create a picture of abundance. We're going to have abundant finances. We're going to have abundant relationships. We're going to have abundant happiness. We're going to have abundance of all things positive. And it will create the whole picture. So keep it simple, keep it direct, and keep it positive, and keep your emotions, the intensity of your emotions, positive and high. And you'll have a lot more success working in the subconscious mind. It also misinterprets common phrases. For example, here, this sounds very clear to you. If I say, I don't want to be poor, you understand that I would like to be wealthy, right? You get that. There's no question. Subconscious mind, very simple. It always cancels out the word I don't. And it will say, and it'll focus on the big word, poor. It says, I want to be poor. That's what it understands. You clearly said, I don't want to be poor, but it understood, I want to be poor. That's just how it works. So maybe some of your affirmations need a little bit of tuning up, and the way that you talk to yourself. Here's a couple of others, just for an example, to generate some possibly thinking on yourself as to how you say things and the way you say them and what it is you want to create. Example, parents, they let their kids take the car out on a date at night or with their friends. What's a typical thing to say? Don't wreck the car. What does the child's subconscious mind say? Wreck the car. That's what it hears. All right. It's good to say to your children, drive safe. I can't wait to see you get home safely. What does the subconscious mind hear? Oh, safe, safely. Perfect. Don't use the words that the subconscious mind will grab onto. Another couple ones. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to be fat. Take out the word don't, and your subconscious mind gets the message, I want to be sick, I want to lose my job, and I want to get fat. Guess what's going to happen? It is powerful. Again, it's a goal-seeking computer. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The puppy never shuts off. This one goes to sleep at night. And I know a lot of people who I don't think it even wakes up during the daytime, okay? But this one works all the time. And if you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. But again, go back to the greenhouse, all right? So how do we get crabgrass and dandelions in our greenhouse? And we're the one that controls the door? It's because we're not being conscious of what we take in the door what we put through the door. What kind of seeds are we stuffing into the door? And that fertile soil that will grow anything we plant in there. You're starting to see a bit different picture now. I hope you're seeing more clearly how the subconscious mind works. It can be an amazing servant or a terrible taskmaster. Okay? Once you understand it and you play by the rules of the subconscious mind and do the things that I'm talking about, you can have amazingly different results with the subconscious mind. So now we come to the point of, all right, I get it. I get that. Now I see why my results in my greenhouse of my subconscious mind doesn't match what I've been doing on the outside. See, 10% here. Subconscious mind is 10%. Here's 90%, all right? If the subconscious mind, and we're blowing the wind this way, all right, because we got all the positive and it's going this way, and all our input to the subconscious mind is negative and it blows it this way, and there's 90% here and 10% up here, which way do you think the whole mind is going to move? It's, 9 to 1 odds. Obviously it's going to go where the subconscious mind. That's why you get the results that you do. Okay, so now we've seen that. We realize, okay, now I know who's to blame. I get to take accountability. But I didn't know. It's okay. Forgive yourself. Let it go. Now you know how to do something different. So have you ever tried to get these things out of when you had an actual garden to get the weeds out? It can be a real big job. It can be tough. How do you get out the garbage, the negative things that are creating your reality now? How do you get them out of the greenhouse of your mind? How do you weed them? What do you do to get them out? And you already know the answer to this, or one of the answers to this already, is it take lots and lots of repetitive affirmations and very conscious thinking and very conscious input into the subconscious mind to crowd out these weeds. You plant enough good seeds, enough positive stuff, and then instead of putting in 94 positive or 94 negative and 4 positives, you're putting in 100% positive. And when you get a negative, you hurry and pull it back out. Say, I delete that. And immediately replace it with a positive phrase or thought. Okay, sooner or later you can start to crowd out the weeds. But as an intuitive energy healer and working with people's subconscious minds, I found some very deep-rooted programs. If we go back to the computer, like a virus program or a worm. Hey, there's worms in gardens, right? Okay. But these programs that seem to override and delete the new positive program, and people put input and input and input, and still the weeds don't seem to go away and their results don't change. And what I found is these deep-rooted programs. As an intuitive, I can work with a client and help them find out what these programs are, and energetically we can delete these programs and replace them with new positive programs, then everything else they're doing up here, to all the positive input, now lands in fertile soil without the weeds, and their results will start to change. I'm very excited about this because it's amazing to see. You know, we love a shortcut, and there's no easy button. This isn't that office supply store with an easy button, okay? But perhaps it's an easier button, and it will assist a person to achieve better results faster if they can go in, find out what these programs are that are running that the person may not be conscious of at all. In fact, they're always, when I work with a client and I go in and when we start talking to them and say, I sense a program here. What is that about? And I talk to them and I give them a few clues as to the stuff that I'm picking up. Pretty soon the lights will come on, their eyes will pop open wide, and they go, oh, I know what that is. And then we can go ahead and energetically speak to their conscious mind or subconscious mind and delete that and let it go. Here's just a few of the kind of things that I found. There's many, many different varieties, but just to give you an idea of what there is that maybe had no clue what's going on before. Our subconscious is a great, like I say, it can be an awesome servant. And it goes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And sometimes when we believe something strongly enough, it will decide, I want to broadcast this energetically. So people with a sixth sense, and we all have that, we're just not conscious of it, many of us, they automatically feel something about a person. But if that person is broadcasting to everyone in their energy field, stay away from me, or people don't trust me, or I'm never going to succeed, and that's broadcasting. The subconscious mind is actually putting that out and broadcasting it. Yes, it does that. Okay? Well, that's just, how are you going to overcome that if you can't get that broadcast shut off, or if you don't know what's going or how to find it or what it is? You have to identify it, exactly what it is that's being broadcast. And then it's easy to shut it down and then install a new broadcast that can be the opposite and positive. That people are attracted to me, whatever it is that their spirit wants to put in. We can put that program in and start that one broadcasting. They can also have a thing I call despair anchors. Okay, this is a statement of despair of, I'll never be good enough, or I'm never going to be rich. I'll always be poor. Just a very despairing statement that the subconscious mind takes on as a truth. This is one of our basic core truths. I'll always be poor, for example, as a despair anchor. And until we go in and find that, identify what it is, and then replace it with, I am abundance, or whatever that is. Again, that's something that runs underneath, and it's very, very hard to put in enough positive to overcome that until we just find it and delete it. Limiting beliefs, you're more familiar with that, I'm sure. But as an intuitive, I can go in and ask certain questions and then identify exactly what their limiting beliefs are and help them change them rapidly. Trapped negative emotions can be just anchors and that drag us down. These emotions that are trapped in our subconscious mind and throughout our body will totally attract more negativity. If we have any negative emotion as a failure, okay, that's the law of attraction. We all practice the law of attraction, and what we get is what we've been attracting to us. So I love to go inside of a person's, underneath the surface, in the subconscious mind, and find out what kind of attractors they have in there. And the negative emotions are a great attractor. We clear them out and then put in positive emotions. Let the client or the person start to practice positive feelings, and all at once they're no longer a double-minded person. They're single-minded, they're direct, they're precise, they're laser, and your life can change. There's many, many more. I want to tell you a funny story about your subconscious mind and how easily it can take over and control your life. A few weeks ago, Kris and I did a video, and we were talking just a little bit about the subconscious mind. And I said, be very, very careful of what you put into your subconscious mind. If you're not conscious of what you're doing, it'll lead you around by the nose. 10 days later, I was walking around the back of a truck. The guy had a piece of sheet metal sticking out the back of his truck. I did not see it, and I walked into that sheet metal. I'm going to get close here and show you. Now, it's been about 2 weeks since I did this, but I cut my nose from here across to here, and it literally peeled the end of my nose down. And as you can see at the emergency room, they did a very good job. They're still, see, you might have thought I hadn't cleaned my nose very good, but that's just still the sore from 2 weeks ago. Okay. But I literally about cut the end of my nose off, and I had said that statement. We laughed when we realized that that's exactly what I'd said in the video. But what was going on in reality is I was getting ready for the weekend. This was on a Friday. And I had all these plans to fix up a car. My wife has a classic Trans Am, and I was going to just get it out, wash it, get it cleaned up and registered. We've had it just in storage for a couple of years and have that ready for as a birthday surprise. And I had planned to do that, and I had some other plans for Saturday. So rest of the day, Friday and Saturday, I was going to work on this car and then do some other things. But I had just purchased the week before an amazing new healing program, and I was studying that. And in my heart, what I really wanted to do was study. But in my head, what I knew I needed to do was all of this busy work. Well, guess what my subconscious mind did? It believed, it said, wait a minute, he feels way more passionately about studying, so I'm going to create a way. And I know he's stuck in his head, in the conscious mind, thinking he's going to do something else, and I know what's better for him because I know what he's passionate about. And so I'm going to create a way for him to do studying. Guess what? After I cut my nose, I spent the next 3 days on the couch studying. And as I did this, I kept questioning myself. Why? What did I do to cause this accident or create this? Call it forth. Why did I have this happen to me? And I realized that it was about what I'd done with my subconscious mind. Thank you for being here today and allowing me to share these things with you. I would love to work with you. I'd love to help you figure out what's going on in your subconscious mind. I hope that you can use this information. I trust that you'll use it to move forward in your life and to make your results match your desires and your goals. I'd love for you to give me a call, and I'd love to work with you. So go ahead and call me at 801-638-7100. Go to our website, which is www.allthingspossible.com, and get in touch with us. Leave us a message, and I would absolutely love to work with you and help you. This can be done over the telephone, on Skype, or even in person if you're in the Utah area. But I'd love to work with you and help you find those things. Get a hold of me. Thanks for watching and have a good day. We'll see you.